morning, everyone. I am gonna put a trigger warning right at the beginning of this video because I am gonna talk about some suicidal ideation in here. Not in a very aggressive way, but just a warning if that is something that is too sensitive for you. You may not want to watch, or you may want to stop when I get to that point. Anyway, I am unloading a little bit this morning, being authentic and sharing because I want to get this energy out of me right now. Today is my ex's birthday, and it hit me pretty hard yesterday. I was going for a tattoo appointment, and while I was sitting there waiting, I realized it was his birthday, and I immediately remembered that 9 months ago, while we were still happily married, was my 40th birthday, for which he did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Didn't even remember that morning that it was my birthday until he heard me on the phone with somebody else who was wishing me a happy birthday. I'm doing laundry while I do this because I need to distract myself and do something with my hands. Anyway, we were leaving that day for our very first ever family vacation. And I had spent the whole week packing everything, getting everything ready. I spent the whole morning making meals for it was a family group trip. And I had to hide the fact that I was so hurt because there was so much to be done for everybody else. And then we were going on vacation. So it's like I wasn't allowed to sit in this emotion. We just had to be happy family for everybody all week. And I'm not going to get into the whole week because that's not the point of this. But the point of this is I was sitting there thinking, also this birthday is 3 weeks after our 5-year anniversary, for which he did nothing. And I told him how upset I was that he did nothing. And it was also 4 months after the very first time I told him out loud that I thought we should separate because we were both so miserable. This was while on a vacation that I was hoping would be like a romantic revival for us, and it turned out to be the complete opposite, and he was pretty much drunk the whole time. And I'm sitting there thinking, and it's the karmic lesson in all of it that your children are watching. And I want to be the kind of person that I'm okay with when I go to sleep at night. And I want to be the kind of person, the kind of mother that my children are proud to call their mother. So I said, all right, we got to get him a gift from the kids because they need to be so excited about making a big deal about Daddy on his birthday, and they need to have something to give him. It's not about him. It's about teaching them how to treat people on their birthdays and teaching them the joy in celebrating someone you love. And after I got him this gift card, he's been wanting a tattoo for a long time and never wanted to spend the money on it, so I got him a gift card. After I was all done with my appointment and whatnot, I went out to the car and I pulled up my sleeve. And I started to lose it a little bit because I got a tattoo on my wrist, and it immediately reminded me of a time just several months ahead and over the course of the last several years where I was so unhappy in my marriage and so lost in trying to make someone else love me that I was almost willing to take my own life and leave my children and leave loved ones because I wasn't enough for my partner. And when I finally opened up to him, there's more backstory to this, but when I finally opened up to him about it during our divorce, that I had struggled with suicidal ideation and had been so unhappy, and I had not opened up to my therapist about it because of the shame associated with it and being scared about being institutionalized and being doped up on all these big pharma meds and just the fear and shame associated with it. And I was also initially medicated at the time and not really connecting that it was like reality in there. And in my healing journey, this really all started to come up, and I wanted to be authentic, and I shared with him the struggles, and he looked at me and said, "I'm sorry to hear that." And then he used it against me in his divorce complaint to paint me out as dishonest and untrustworthy to be alone with my children. And I had to reconcile again with myself for a second that this person that I just went out of my way to put first for the sake of my children was someone that I was almost willing to take my life because he didn't love me enough, and was also someone who, when we were married, wasn't even willing to do for me for my birthday what I did for him in the middle of going through a very contentious divorce. So the point of this conversation right now is that you matter and your life is important, and it is never worth taking because someone else makes you feel unimportant. You deserve to be here, and no one should ever make you feel otherwise. And the second point is, even though it's really hard sometimes to do something nice for someone else, be the kind of person that you're comfortable with when you go to bed at night, and be the kind of person that your children can look up to and say, "That's my mom, and I'm proud she's my mom." So, thank you for listening to me today. And if you're ever struggling with feeling like enough, or feeling like you don't want to be here anymore, reach out. Don't stay quiet. Because someone will hear you. Someone will listen. But don't stay quiet. Okay? Take care of yourself today. Take care of the people around you. And I love you. Oh, wait, hang on. We'll do a reveal. Because, ironically enough, what I got on my wrist is a symbol for unconditional love. And that is my daily reminder to myself as well, that anybody that makes you feel unworthy enough to be on this planet or in your own body is not someone that loves you. And it's okay to leave them. Here she is. Kind of looks like a golden snitch, huh? And look at it every day and remind myself I'm important, I'm special, and I deserve to be here. Love you.